Now in 2021, Korea is one of the most developed countries in the world, and our culture is leading the global society. Korea has not grown alone but together with East Asia, and one of them were the overseas Taiwanese.
Hello, we're Team Incheon 3 from Incheon International High School, and we are going to share our history with you. Incheon, the city we are living in, is an international city and has been the center of exchanges over various cultures. Taiwan's culture was one of them, and
we are now in the Chinatown, in which the overseas Chinese first settled down, and we can feel the Taiwanese mood on the street. To learn about the history of Chinese settlements on this land, we first visited the Chinese Museum and searched the history of their challenges, which began in the Imo War in 1882. Examining their various jobs, which can be seen by the Taiwanese government-approved doctor and teacher certificates, we looked back on their life in Korea. The overseas Chinese have written a history of many challenges and pioneering around the world. And in Korea, success and coexistence has been built by many efforts, including Sampatao.
Headed to the Jajangmyeon Museum to find out the history of Sampatao, focusing on the restaurant. Duyangchun, which was established in 1908, was renamed Republic Spring to commemorate the Singhai Revolution. Once a famous restaurant, this place has been used as a Jajangmyeon museum since it was closed in 1983. Jajangmyeon is a Korean reinterpretation of overseas Chinese traditional food made with Chunjang sauce. At the Jajangmyeon Museum, we learned their successes and failures in Jajangmyeon. The combination of Taiwanese cuisine and Korean culture has created a new delicious food.
As we were walking down the street, we suddenly looked up and saw the Taiwanese flag fluttering in the wind. Here is Taishan School, where the overseas Chinese students are educated. The school stood strong with pride as a piece of Incheon. With their educational philosophy and efforts to respect, understand, and coexist with different cultures, they have been together with us for a long time as the member of our society. They also preserved their culture through Uisondang. As a shrine of various folk beliefs, this place was a place where the overseas Chinese people could pray for peace and hope, while also receiving comfort and gathering together in a strange land.
after learning about the lives of Chinese people in the past, we wondered what kind of lives they are living now. So we turned our head to Myeongdong, where the second and third generation of the overseas Chinese people were living in. This is Hanzon Chinese Elementary School where Chinese children attend near the Chinese Embassy, which was formerly the Embassy of Taiwan.
Another monumental building was standing near the Chinese Embassy. Duyangchun Library Building, built to honor Chiang Kai-shek. Although it is closed now, it has become the part of Gwancheonje Street. Here is Duyangchun, which sells mooncakes. Just looking at the mooncake, which looked like a round full moon, made my mouth water. It was really good. This place is Hangwon, where you can buy textbooks and various Chinese-related items used in Chinese elementary schools. It was smaller than we thought, but full of various things.
After that, we found a small cafe, Sohyanggabi, which is a book cafe. After purchasing a book on the second floor, you can enjoy reading with a drink in the cafe on the first floor.
As we walked along the stone wall path along the Daesung Palace, the palace of Joseon Dynasty, we saw our last destination, Hanzon Church. Hanzon Church was the first church in Korea established by Chinese people and serves as the center of the Chinese community in Korea. On the panel installed on the way to Hanzon Church, we could see their efforts to adapt to their new environment. During our 2-day trip to Chinatown and Myeongdong, we could see the lives of overseas Taiwanese. They have written their own history and created new fusion culture in Korea. And their efforts have made Incheon more culturally diverse place and made the current day of Korea.